Finish him. Cobra wins. Fatality.
What's happening, guys? So, full time. Oxford United 0, Arsenal 3. And in the end, it became easy for Arsenal, easy enough to be scoring 3 goals in the quick succession that we did, right? So we've booked ourselves a place in the 4th round, which will be played at the end of January against Manchester City away from home. Now, I'm not going to chim about this win. You know, I mean, we've got Man City next. Personally, I don't think we're getting past Man City in the 4th round. I think we've got more chance of beating them in the league than we do in this competition, you know, fairness. I mean, if this was a semi-final at Wembley, then I'd say Arsenal all day long. You know, we've got a track record of beating them, no matter how good they are. But, you know, struggling 0-0 against Oxford in the first half. I mean, it took Arsenal a while to get into the game, but, you know, being 0-0 at half-time to me wasn't good enough. I mean, if anything, the game should have been put to bed by the hour mark. Not we start scoring at the hour mark. That's just the way I see it. Maybe my standards are just too high for the club, but you know, I want to see my team win because I know it looks like when I'm seeing all these other teams doing stuff. Let's just say Man City, for example. We all know how they move. And what's got me annoyed now as well is, you know, Chelsea have agreed a deal for Felix. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, where's that ambition from Arsenal? We're top of the table. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's why I'm not chimming as such. I don't expect to get past Man City, but you never know. You know what I mean? You just never know. Like I said, I did say before, I want 2 trophies this season. Like, if somebody said you're going to fall short for the title, but you'll win Europa League and the FA Cup. You know what I mean? I'll say the Premier League is what I want. Like, if someone says, oh, well, you know, you can win the Premier League or you can win the 2 trophies that you want to win, I'd say, no, well, I'll take just the Premier League then. You know what I mean? I'd love to take something else along with it. You know what I mean? Ideally, right? In a dream world, right? I would want Arsenal to get the treble. Not the same treble as United, because we can't do that because we're not in the Champions League, but Europa League, league title, and FA Cup. That would be a dream treble for this season. But we know that that's impossible, basically. I'm just going to put it out there. It's impossible. Squad's too light. There's too much to ask for. You know what I mean? I think even a double of any kind is too much to ask for. This squad's too light. You know what I mean? This squad is too light. So I'm looking at Arsenal and I'm thinking to myself, what are these men going to do? Are they going to go for the FA Cup? Are they going to go for the league? Are they going to go for the Europa League? Because we can't do all 3. We don't have enough to do all 3. We can't do 2 of them. So let's just, because we play Europa League later on in the season. So Europa League's not even starting in February for us. It's been starting in March. Arsenal are at a stage where we're going to have to choose because we don't have the ambition to up this squad. Squad's too light. Yeah. So it's basically a matter of which one are we going for. Are we going to go all out for the FA Cup? Are we going to go all out for the league? Are we going to go all out for the Europa League? Because if we try and do 2 competitions minimum, fam, injuries is going to start flying in. And because the squad's too light, we won't be able to cope. You see, if the squad had some depth, then I'd say, okay, maybe the title in either one of the Europa League or the FA Cup. But as I said before, it is unheard of for a club to be fighting for the league title and be in Europa League at the same time. So if Arsenal were to win the league title this season, we would be one of the best teams to win it because teams don't go for Europa League and the title at the same time. The Europa League is too disruptive in the season. Said it time ago. I can't count Man U 2013 because they got knocked out of the Champions League down into Europa League, and United back then did not care about Europa League whatsoever. Fergie never cared about that, so I don't count that. I'm on about you're in Europa League from the start of the season, and you're fighting for the title. Nobody does that. Europa League is too disruptive. So if Arsenal were to pull it off, fam, I'm telling you, we would be one of the best teams to ever win the Premier League. It would be one of the best campaigns of Arsenal winning it, or a team winning it, besides the Invincibles. Simply because nobody challenges for Europa League and wins the league title at the same time. You know what I mean? It's hard enough to fight for top 4 and have Europa League because of the Thursday, Sunday. So it's going to be something if we can, if say Arsenal was to have got to get it to a quarterfinal or semi-final of the Europa League, and then, you know, and win the league title or something. Or even if it was to get to a final and win the league title or something, that would be impressive. Very impressive. You know what I mean? So, yeah. As for the game, Eddie Nketiah, man's done it again. You know what I mean? 2 goals. You know, the second goal, you know, is nicely placed goal, nicely chipped. You know what I mean? Yeah, as I said before, when Jesus comes back, if Nketiah is still on this form of just scoring, there's no rush to throw Jesus into the team. You know what I mean? I would still play Nketiah for a while until Jesus, and then sub him off for Jesus for a while. You know what I mean? Until Jesus gets back on his feet like that. That's personally what I would do. But yeah. Next round, FA Cup, 4th round, Manchester City versus Arsenal. It'll be end of January sort of time. It's going to be interesting. But I personally don't think we're getting past Man City. We've got more chance of beating them in the league. But we're going to be playing them 3 times inside this year. Inside this calendar year so far. We're going to be playing them 3 times. So, it's interesting. I don't think we're going to lose all 3. I don't think we're going to lose to them 3 times. We might, but not this season. You know what I mean? At Emirates, at least beat him at the Emirates in the league. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens anyway. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. You know, I'm getting this channel up and running again. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.